just a quick little video on how to make a paper crane. Here's a couple of examples. The size doesn't really matter. Of course, the smaller you get, gets a little bit more difficult to make those nice fine creases. But generally about anywhere between 5 by 5 square of paper or a 6 by 6 square of paper. You can buy origami paper already cut. It comes in metallic, it comes in solid colors, and it comes in some decorative colors, but you can also use plain white paper as long as it's a square. You can use recycled paper like from shopping bags. And even just copy paper is about the thickness that you want. Origami paper is a little bit thinner. Wrapping paper. Okay. So you want to start with your pattern side up if you do have a pattern or a color. And you want it facing you like a diamond. And you're going to do a diagonal fold, corner to corner. Give it a good crease with your fingernail every time you make a crease. It's nice to give it a nice crisp crease with your nail. You can use a bone folder or some other kind of folder, but it's not necessary. A lot of the folds that we're going to do today are to set a point, so we're going to be doing a lot of unfolding as well. Now we want to turn it the other way, so our diamond is facing the other way with our current fold here, and we're going to do another corner to corner diagonal fold. Again, with our pattern or our color facing up when we fold. Now we're going to turn it over so our white wrong side is facing us, and we're going to do what's called a book fold. Sometimes you have to push down that little centerpiece there, but I'm going to close this like a book and make a fold. An edge to edge fold instead of a corner to corner fold. And again, I'm going to give it a nice crease with the edge of my fingernail. I'm going to open it up again. I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to do the same thing going the other way. The crane is a very symmetrical fold, so most of the things you do one way, you're going to do the other way, or on one side, you're going to do on the other side. It's very symmetrical. Now you have these lovely folds that you can see are already pushing up all these little triangles, and we're going to actually bring them all together. It helps to maybe bring to the right and left side together, and the top and bottom sort of come along for the ride, and you're making this smaller square. So if you were to hold it sideways, you can see how those two corners came in and the other two corners covered it. So we have this smaller square with these little flaps. All right, you want to keep the opening toward you where all the little parts come together. Now we're going to make some more creases that we're going to be using to help us fold later. We're going to take the top corner here and fold it to this center crease that we made. Sometimes helps to get your finger down near the point to kind of hold it in place to help guide that paper right along the center. Give it a nice crease. And this being symmetrical, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to hold a little corner here to help, and I'm going to bring that side flap up against that crease that I made. The top part sort of looks like a little kite. Okay, give it a good little crease, and we're going to flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to pull up this corner, keep my other hand nail down here to kind of guide that skinny part of this triangle. I'm going to pull the edge to the center. Do the same thing to the other side. Hold down where it gets narrow and pull our edge to the center. Give it a good crease. Okay. Now we are going to unfold this, but before we do, we're going to get a crease going across this top area right here. So we're going to take this top triangle and we're going to fold it down over those little flaps that we made. And I'm going to turn it over so I get another nice good crease going the other way. Okay, and then we're going to unfold it. Okay? So now what we're going to do is unfold these two flaps on the top, and we're going to open it up. Now watch how this crease here is going to sort of guide where this paper is going. This is going to sort of a reverse fold where we're opening it up, and you can see as you pull, you're guiding those edges in towards the center, and we want them to go all the way into the center. You may have to tweak it a little bit again down here where it's skinny. And we're reversing those triangles to make this large diamond. Sorry if I went off camera a little bit. Okay, we're going to do it again, so don't worry. We're going to turn it over. We're going to undo these folds, these little flaps of our kite. And this crease, again, is going to help us. We're going to put our finger there, and that crease is going to help pull and guide. Sometimes you got to pop out those little corners. We're just going to pull and guide that shape into a reverse fold. And like I said, sometimes you have to tweak those little tight corners. Give it a good crease. All right. Now we have this diamond shape with two flaps kind of up here and these two little separate legs. Notice these aren't separate up here. These little sort of legs at the bottom are separate. We want to keep those at the bottom. Okay. Now we're going to pull edges in again like we did before, but they're just going to end up being a little bit skinnier. I'm going to take this, there's two sides still. I'm going to take this top side, I'm going to hold it at the bottom like I did before and pull this edge in toward the center, just like we did before, but it's just making a skinnier shape. I'm going to give it a nice good crease with my nail. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. It's kind of getting hard to see with the pattern, but I'll try to show you there. So see how this is pulled in toward the center. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, guiding it at the bottom where it gets a little thin, pulling that edge to the center and giving it a nice good crease. Okay, let me show you that up close. Like I said, this pattern is getting a little making it a little bit hard to see. Now we're going to turn it over and we get to try it again on the other side. Alright, we're going to take this edge here and fold it in toward the center. Remember, our legs are open at the bottom. Take this side, guide the real skinny part there with your other hand and pull that edge toward the center. Okay, and our last side, this edge is going to go toward the center. And we've got that nice, long, skinny diamond. Okay. Now, the final couple of steps, remember we have these two loose little legs. Well, these are actually going to become the tail and the head. We're going to bend up and out this bottom flap. You bend it all the way to where it's connected, and you bend it out at an angle. No special angle, but not too high, not too far out, kind of right in between. And really give it a nice little crease down there. Okay? We're going to do the same thing to the other side. We're going to take this will end up being our tail. We're going to bend that up and out and give it a nice press and a nice crease with our nail. Okay? We're almost done. We're going to unfold those. We're going to use those creases to do another reverse fold. I'm going to hold it for you this way to show you. We're going to open it up just a little bit. I'm going to get my finger in there. Okay, so see how that's been creased right here. And I'm just going to kind of push it backwards. And it's a reverse fold, so it's just going to fold back on itself. We'll get another try on the other side, so don't worry. We're going to press down And again, tucking in with our nail toward the front usually helps. Okay, so we've taken this floppy bit and pushed it in and reversed it. Do the same thing on the other side. We open it up a little bit, push it in, and those creases help to allow it to bend backwards, and it's going to be a reverse fold. Tuck it in there, and I'm going to do the creasing on the table a bit here, but I wanted to show you how you tuck it in. Reverse fold, it's folding back on itself. And give it a good squish everywhere. Okay. Last bit, if we decide this is going to be the head, we can fold it down. Now some people can fold it down just like that and be done, or you can do another little bitty reverse fold where you actually pinch it in on itself. Pinch it down to make the head and the beak. And then if you open it up here, these are the wings, and if you pull them out or bend them down, you can see the body and the tail and the head. And there's our cranes.